about it. So it's pretty cool to see what's going on, and it's very humbling when you get on an interview with an artist that puts their heart and soul, puts all their money into it, and they don't get really anything back. To hear the thank yous that come back to us as people that are interviewing them, it's such a humbling experience. Maybe it's just the way that I was raised. It's that I've passed on to Junior through all of this, and it's something that the people around me have. They all have that humbling, characteristic. So, there's a lot of things like we're going to be switching up. I already switched up the Adrenaline Underground Radio's banner and logo for season 3. We're going to be unveiling that. It's a variation of that one. It's a variation of one for Adrenaline Radio, Hip Hop Underground, and the podcast is a variation of one. It's also going to be, we're going to be revamping our entire Adrenaline Radio website, because we have Adrenaline Underground Radio website, we have the Chappie and Junior's podcast website, and we have C&W Entertainment website, which all get fantastic, hits. So that's why we're continuing this. And when you look at statistics, like, that's, to me, numbers is everything. And I could be sitting here, and I don't know how many people are listening right now, but I can go back and go, statistically, we did great. And I'm all about numbers. My brain is numbers. Some people's brain works different ways. Their OCDs work different ways. Their mind works different ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my brain works around numbers, and if I see that there's a slacking in something because I can see it in numbers, what's the old saying? Numbers don't lie. There was a point mid of this, about the second week of December, where I had given some, what's a lack of, my mind went blank on the words that I want to use, but I gave some work for people to do, and it wasn't getting done, and we took a hit, and so I've been rebuilding since then, and numbers don't lie. So, but with my team, and I wish all companies did this, with my team, I pull back the curtains and I let them see, hey, this is why we're doing what we're doing, and because I have nothing to hide from them. They know how much money we brought in, how much money's went out. They know all that. Like I said, I have nothing to hide to my team. I'm not going to tell you guys that, but my team knows exactly what's going on. And so when I make a change, I'm not just blowing smoke up their ass and going, I just want to do this because I'm the boss. I could do that, but I'm not. I'm showing them why I'm doing it. And which is why we're going to be going to like 4 podcasts a week. Because when we're not live or we don't have a podcast, we bottom out. Our statistics bottom out. And we need to, when we have a podcast, our numbers are great. Like they're through the roof. And problem is the 1 or 2 days in between, they bottom out, which takes our average down. It's a horrible thing. So we're going to do it. We're doing more. You guys can hear more. We're going to be doing call-ins, Skype call-ins. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. We're going to be like hitting Twitter harder as far as like if we're going to put out there like questionnaires, and if you want to get on the pod, if you have an opinion about something and you want to call in, we have a call-in setup where you guys can call in and voice your opinion like you would the radio. We have all that. So, like, it took us, 8 months to get to this point, but without you guys, we would have stopped. So this is, we're going to let you guys voice your opinion on some things. And we're going to dive into politics. That's another thing, guys. From the very beginning of this, Junior and I kind of made a pact that we weren't going to talk about politics. We weren't going to talk about religion. Those were the two top. Politics and religion were the two things that we weren't going to talk about. And we have decided that some of the things that we've seen as of late, we need to talk about. Because there are things that we've seen that haven't been said. And our opinions haven't been said. Or that we haven't seen. We haven't seen it. So, we've decided that we are going to go ahead and voice our opinions about religion and politics and sex and this and that, and politics is one of the big things that I wanted to stay out of, but we're going to dive into politics. Obviously, we started to with we had on Anthony Hudson, which we're going to work with. I support him because of his beliefs and what he's talking about. It has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican. It has nothing to do with that. It's I don't look at that. I look at the man and I look at what he represents, not his pocketbook or how long he's been in politics. I don't look at any of that. But where are we at here? About 7 minutes to go. That's the only thing I do hate about these podcasts set up currently. We can only go 45 minutes at a time. If this picks back up the way we think it will, we're going to jump that up to where we can go as long as we want. But that doesn't happen without the interaction. I would rather sit here and have a debate with somebody about something than just sitting here talking basically to myself. I'm looking at a screen and a microphone and, my board. And, it just... I'm looking at my soundboard, and I would rather have a debate with somebody, even if I don't know them. I would rather have a debate with somebody of why they think that this person should be president or run for president, or why this part of the Bible doesn't make sense, or I would rather have a debate of something. That's just me personally. I've been debating on doing this podcast for about a week now, but I felt that I wanted the very first one of season 3 to be special, letting you guys know that we are still here. Junior and I have not gone anywhere. I know you guys see a lot of, indie band stuff, but just know that we're still here and we're not going anywhere. I got an awesome team. Not only I have an awesome team that's helped growing the business side, they are also on-air talent that like to debate things. So it's like a win-win for, Chappie and Junior's podcast, because they help me with day-to-day, but then at night or whenever, in the afternoon, they can come on here and, debate some stuff. So, my program just said, hey, you're running out of time. Upgrade. No, I don't want to upgrade yet. But with that being said, I know there's chats and there's all kinds of things we're going to get into through the Twitters and the only thing I could say, if you are hearing my voice, look for us up on Twitter. We are Champion Juniors Podcast on Twitter, Champion Juniors Podcast on TikTok. We are Champion Juniors Podcast on all social medias: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Adrenaline Underground Radio also on Twitter. Hip Hop Underground is also on Twitter. They're just all growing really nicely, and if it keeps going like it has been, there may be another expansion. That's just the way kind of how my mind works. I would rather have my hands in all of the pots, doing and helping everybody, and then that's just how I am. People say a lot of people say that I just work too hard and spread myself too thin. Well, guess what? I'm 6 foot, 300 pounds. There's a lot of me to spread. So, I'm a big old boy. So, it's been humbling. It really has been. It's been humbling to say the least. But I'm going to let you guys go. I am extremely excited to get into 2023. There are so many things that Champion Juniors Podcast is going to be bringing you. C&W Entertainment as the company is going to be bringing you. So you guys have to keep locked on there. Keep paying attention because we're going to be, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff day in, day out, throwing stuff out on Twitter. I mean, heck, we're relaunching all of our merchandise. Not new merchandise because the only merchandise we ran was the Fuck Cancer merchandise. And that went well. Let's see. I do want to thank some of our sponsors who've been here since day one. Mary and Tim over at Sensi. And Kevin. Kevin, the Keener Plastics, man. I'll have to put out on Twitter, you guys, a Twitter. Wow, that was weird. None of that came out right. I have to put a tweet out on Twitter so you guys can get their links. Kevin does 3D printing. Amazing guy. Him and his wife do that. And then, Mary and Tim, they have a scent candle business of their things. And they got some awesome products as well. But guys, it's been real, it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
Hey, this is Champion. This is Junior. Keep it locked here. AdrenalineUndergroundRadio.com.
Hi, this is Mickey.
And this is Mary.
We're from Aldo Rocks, and you're listening to my good friends at Adrenaline Underground.